Wajir is a county in the middle of the former northeastern province. It borders Somalia to the east and Ethiopia to the northwest. Within Kenya, it borders Garissa to the south and southwest, Isiolo and Marsabit to the west, and Mandera to the north and northeast. By road, Wajir is 692 kilometers from the capital Nairobi city. A considerable number of travelers to Wajir go by air and land at the Wajir International Airport. For decades, Wajir has had a history of insecurity. Its proximity to Somalia and Mandera has made it prone to cases of violent extremism.
Huko Wajir naezaenda, juu unajua Kenya tunaamini tuko na security ya kutosha. Ikitumwa huko itasimama na sisi na tufanye kazi. Bora kazi kwa huko na walipe mzuri na watutumie security top hapo. Kazi ni kazi. Na sisi ni wa Kenya. Be frank.
Many even dread to live and work in Wajir.
Siwezi enda juu hakuna security ya kutosha.
Sababu ya ugonjwa na insecurity sioni kama naweza enda.
Lazima tuangalie mambo ya security na pia na mambo ya chakula na nafasi pia na mshahara.
Mimi naona naweza fanya kazi hapo sababu iko tu ndani ya Kenya. Iko Kenya. Kwa Kenya tunatafuta kila mahali.
This insecurity, combined with decades of neglect by the national government, contributed heavily to the poor infrastructure development in the region. Poor road network made it exceptionally difficult to travel in and out of the county. Transportation of goods was almost impossible. Employment was certainly not a priority, with young learners who excelled in school taking up pastoralism as a full-time job because there were no jobs available in Wajir. Those who sought employment elsewhere in the country were considered unqualified.
Other phenomena which are being highlighted could be also what's causing marginalization. The media also might not also be highlighting exactly what's happening in Wajir.
Close to 40 years after independence, we only had about 56 health facilities in this county. With the coming of devolution now, just basically barely 7 years ago, we have recorded 122 health facilities.
Teachers were also constantly under threat from notorious groups of radicalized youth. Because of all these vices, Wajir became underdeveloped.
As Kenyans, we have never discovered ourselves. Insecurity is a real solution, is a real issue everywhere, even in the capital city of Nairobi. Insecurity is a real issue. People have been shot, people have been murdered. There's nothing much different in Wajir.
Tunakaa mzuri sana, biashara inakuja, kila kitu inakuja hapa. Unajua sasa zamani haikuwa na biashara. Hii mji ni mji ilikuwa mbele ya Batswine. 1948 ndio ilianza kujengwa. Mpaka wakati huu hakuna biashara mzuri na ni sub county.
But things have started to change owing to devolution. All the roads within the central business district in Wajir have now been tarmacked. New roads within the town and housing estates have also been designed afresh as the county looks to greater economic opportunities. The town that was once ravaged by insecurity and constant community or clan squabbles is now steadily turning away from the past and embracing negotiations as a way of achieving development.
Since the advent of devolution, we have realized a lot. A lot of funds came to the grassroots, that is to the counties, and in turn the counties have taken this money and services closer to the people in the grassroots.
Road construction and other projects have generated employment opportunities in the region, moving the youth people away from radicalization and violent extremism. The county of Wajir has so far had two governors, Ahmed Abdullahi and Mohammed Abdi. For the county leadership, roads has always been a priority. Meet Gasheri Musheke, who came to Wajir County in 2015. She came here from Meru town and started working as a mason. Gasheri, like many residents here, is happy.
Nilisikia hata mimi wakisema vyenye Wajiri kuko kusuri, kipesa. Sasa nikaamua kukuja tu kutafuta. Sasa wakati nilikuja tu niliona si mbaya.
After saving enough cash, she bought herself a motorcycle, a viable business now that roads here have got a facelift.
Hata wakati nilikuja kukuwa na barabara, kukuwa na ramu, kulikuwa mahali ya mchanga tu, hata watu walikuwa wanalemea kutembea, pikipiki, tukutuku, gari. Sasa 2016 ndio lami iliwekwa na tulishukuru sababu ya lami na hata huku kwingine.
She has seen many others join her in the public transport industry and it is paying well.
Kwa vile nilikuwa nasikia watu wakisema bodaboda ziko na kazi, bodaboda zina uko na pesa mingi, ndio niliamua kununua hii. Na mbele wakati huo kulikuwa na pesa juu pande ulikuwa na 2,000, ina hata 3,000.
Yusuf Mahmoud is 22 years old. After finishing high school, he enrolled in a driving school in Wajir.
Mbele nilikuwa na gari juu, ukinunua gari ukiendesha tu lazima itakuwa mbovu ajili ya njia.
This is not his car. The owner has leased it to him. Taxi drivers here now operate just like their counterparts in major cities such as Nairobi.
Wenye tumesoma nao primary, secondary wote tuko hapa. Wengi wao tuko around 100 hata tunafika. Dole tusema dole Wajir. Tumemaliza shule hakuna kazi nyingine tunafanya taxi, tuk nini. Juu badala tukae tu nyumbani nini imebidi tu tufanye kazi. Juu tukikaa nyumbani hakuna faida.
Here the bicycles and donkeys of yesterdays have now been replaced by the taxis that dot every corner of the town. Yusuf's day starts at 4 a.m. and ends at 8 p.m. It is a profitable business and a major contribution to the fledgling economy of this county. The marketplace is bustling with activities. Fresh agricultural produce is now a common sight here. Watermelons are the most common fruits in Wajir. The textile industry in other parts of the country and neighboring countries have also struck gold in Wajir County. Fast-growing sectors here include the banking industry, with several banks setting up shop. There are numerous food and beverage restaurants coming up. Those in charge of running the county government say the trickle-down effect of funds from the national government have been pivotal in building Wajir from the ground up.
The driving force basically is the infrastructures which have been opened up, the markets which have been also opened up, and devolution cash flow or the revolving fund which is happening. Because over 4,000 people are working in the county, and that is the wage bill of our county is more than 300 million per month. So basically there's total change. If you are landing in Wajir, you're coming by plane and you're landing in Wajir, you see the difference. If you have been in Wajir before devolution, and now it can be comfortably reported.
For example, we had less than 250, about 300 people before devolution. After devolution, we recruited over 4,000, most of them being locals. So you can see the benefits. People are getting employment. People are those after they're employed, the money is going down to the people. So there are a lot of direct and indirect benefits of devolution.
This is one of the upmarket neighborhoods of Wajir. There are several high-end hotels located along this road, and many more hotels are being built, same as residential areas. We are told that the value for land here has tripled in a very short period of time. To acquire an acre of land here, you would have to part with 3 million shillings or more.
Before the devolution, there was no single matatu or single boda or whatever. And I think today you are there for about a week, and you must have seen for yourself the number of matatus, the number of boda, and so on and so forth. These are some of the benefits. The other thing which is found in Wajir alone is the international airport. We have an international airport that very big aircrafts can come and land. We have some, I think about 2 to 3 aircrafts, commercial aircrafts that come every day to Wajir.
Schools and colleges too have started to thrive. The county now boasts of more than 150 health facilities in town and in the villages, from as little as 50 only a few years ago.
Wajir town as it is do have over 10 health facilities. So every state, every village, every corner of this town has a health facility. More than that, we have a regional lab. The regional lab, yesterday when visitors from Cambridge came, they equated to a research lab. And they said it's the only lab of its kind in this country beside the Cambridge one.
But the county is still not out of the woods. It is still water scarce, and many of the problems of yesteryears are not all gone. But there is a word that makes all the difference here: resilience. Even development projects here emphasize the concept known as community resilience, which describes how well a community navigates through and responds to adversity. In Wajir, for instance, clanism played a role in creating a huge gap and rift among those who would lead and consequently enjoy success against those who are always disadvantaged. That too is changing.
I would like to encourage investors to come from other places, to come and invest in Wajir. The question of insecurity is not there. Those are just perceived things. Wajir town is very peaceful. Where we have a bit of insecurity is at the border with Somalia. We have effective soldiers who will combat with them and chase them away.
But the global pandemic of COVID-19 has not spared this county of great potential. This is one of the popular hotels in Wajir. It is situated at the heart of Wajir town. Before the pandemic, customers, both local and foreign, used to come here to enjoy a meal and even get accommodation. But throughout last year, customer numbers declined drastically to a point where only one customer was served per day. The hotel management had to make a tough and painful decision to lay off its workers temporarily and close office. The caretaker of the hotel tells me that plans are underway to reopen once Wajir is free of the virus, or the numbers are considerably contained. But for the people of Wajir County, despite the challenges that are somewhat constant, every dawn is an opportunity to make the best out of the small and big business ventures. While admitting that it is somewhat hard to assure all citizens of their safety, the people of Wajir want non-local residents who left because of insecurity to return in order to help build Wajir and wake up this sleeping giant in the north. Nimro Tabu, Citizen TV, Wajir.